Podziemski back out to Draymond for three. And Draymond trying to get the ball to Buzelis' hands. Dillingham is 1 for 8 and then dropping. Dillingham lob and got here comes Chicago in transition again. Buzelis down the lane to lay it in. That is Buzelis with 26. Will Richard did well to catch that. Did better to in the first half. We talked about only 8 Warrior points in the paint. They had 8 right. They had him set up. Giddey floating it home. Podziemski out to Porzingis for 3. Off back out for the missed 3. Podziemski deflected that. Right to Giddey. And 3-point loss in Utah. He traveled home. You know, I was happy that Porzingis is a Warrior. Jack in the box.
Wanted to be a loss. Just
the step through. Draymond's corner 3. His first from Porzingis. Australia versus Latvia. Wanting tonight. That was a tough one, though. They recover well, made it tough. And Miller scores on the other end. 9 here with Horford. Setting up Guy Santos. He missed that. And Trey Jones. Giddey is sitting right now. Buzelis just had his hands down there. He made him pay. Horford on a reload. And time left in the game. But you got to execute almost every trip down. That's Spencer. That is, you see the lacrosse stick. You just see it.
Look at GP2.
He got it to Will Richard. And then Pat Spencer floating underneath. Get the steal. Running with friends. Prior to going.
Got a huge heart.
And he has a lot of fun. Michael Trey Jones, GP2 on him. Driving, floating, and backing it home. Bulls have the advantage. Points off turnovers. Trey Jones missing. Chicago was there for all those moves. And then Pat Spencer dropped it off to Will. Spencer with a steal. Running with friends. Dropping it up and in.
To play. The Energizer buddy. He's brought a lot of energy.
Giddey missing the Horford for the lead. Rimming it out. Tipping
this squad.
Guy Santos banks it home.
With his feet contained.
Pat Spencer up and in again.
You're in control now. Take your time.
GP2 working the baseline. Late. Guy Santos taking time here. The return. Buzelis full head of steam. He will drop play.
They have plenty of situations they can call back.
Being fronted. Guy Santos saved the turnover. Wheels in the lane. Reverse it up and in.
Had a small defender on him, so Auburn close out the attack.
Jalen Smith missing it. Got to make something out of nothing. Horford at 2. Spencer from the half mark. Skip past Buzelis. And he answers. He got the screen from Horford. Couldn't finish. Out tip. No. Tipped up. Game on the step through. Cycle it to the hottest man in the building. Buzelis is the 21-year-old. All rookie second team a year ago. And 1.
But they're in control.
Buzelis 2. Bulls needed 3. Miller taking it in. Will lay it in.
Have to foul you. The shot clock is off.
They've become in.
That Nation is on their feet.
And Pryor, they're going to need a 3.
They could. Now, do you foul if you're up?
Yes! Get it back to LJ. Perfect. 10 seconds left and he's fouled. So he didn't. Innings in the final minute.
Don Nelson was a huge believer.
7.9 remaining. He drops in this. It's only 2 free throws. It's not 3. And he makes it. So overtime on the back night. He will flip it up and in. Nowhere to go at 4. He'll fade, fire, and hit off back. Ray Jones all the way to the rim to lay it up at 4. Draymond's got to launch the 3. That's a big basket. Horford for the lead. Rattled out. Jalen Smith. He made the kick it out. Pat Spencer. Al Horford 3. Buzelis for 3. Warriors dying for a bucket here. Will Richard missing that 3. Giddey through the defense, laying it up and in. Santos for 3. App dribble. Trey Jones going to take a turn to flip it up. And in there, maybe have to make another move as Buzelis gets another open shot. Guy Santos corner 3. In the power position now. Buzelis on a career night. Pat Spencer 3. Just not there.
Stop himself there, closing out. Got a hand on him. But give the ball.
Giddey and Buzelis. And tonight will just be one where they had it. Podziemski back out to Draymond for 3. And Draymond to get the ball to Buzelis' hands. Dillingham is 1 transition again. Buzelis down the lane to lay it in. That is Buzelis with 26. Will Richard did well to catch that. Did better to... In the first half, we talked about only 8 Warrior points in the paint. They had 8.
Right. They had him set up.
Giddey floating it home. Podziemski out to Porzingis for 3. Off back out to the missed 3. Podziemski deflected that. Right to Giddey. And 3-point loss in Utah. You traveled home. You know who's happy that Porzingis is a Warrior? Jack in the Box.
Wanted to be a loss. Just to
The step through. Draymond corner 3. His first from Porzingis. Australia versus Latvia. Wanting tonight.
That was a tough one, though. They recovered well. Made it tough.
And Miller scores on the other end. 9 here with Horford. Setting up Guy Santos. He missed that. And Trey Jones. Giddey is sitting right now. Buzelis
Just had his hands down there. He made him pay.
Horford on a reload. And time left in the game. But you got to execute almost every trip down. That's Spencer. That is, you see the lacrosse stick. You just see it.
Look at GP2.
He got it to Will Richard. And then Pat Spencer floating underneath. Get the steal. Running with friends. Prior to going.
Got a huge heart. And he has a lot of fun. You mic him.
Trey Jones, GP2 on him. Driving, floating, and backing it home. Bulls have the advantage. Points off turnovers. Trey Jones missing. Montago was there for all those moves. And then Pat Spencer dropped it off to Will. Spencer with a steal. Running with friends. Dropping it up and in.
To energize their buddies. Brought a lot of energy.
Giddey missing the Horford for the lead. Rimming it out. Tipping
Their squad.
Guy Santos banks it home.
With his feet contained.
Pat Spencer up and in again.
You're in control now. Take your time.
GP2 working the baseline. Late. Guy Santos taking time here. The return. Buzelis full head of steam. He will drop play.
They have plenty of situations they can call back.
Being fronted. Guy Santos saved the turnover. Wheels in the lane. Reverse it up and in.
Had a small defender on him, so Oscar close out. He attacked.
Taylor Smith missing it. Got to make something out of nothing. Horford at 2. Spencer from the half mark. Skip past Buzelis. And he answers. He got the screen from Horford. Couldn't finish. Out tip. No. Tipped up. Game on the step through. Cycle it to the highest man in the building. Buzelis is the 21-year-old. All rookie second team a year ago. And one.
But they're in control.
Buzelis 2. Bulls needed 3. Miller taking it in. Will lay it in.
Have to foul you. The shot clock is off.
They've become in.
Dub Nation is on their feet.
And Pryor, they're going to need a 3.
They could. Now, do you foul if you're up?
Yes! Get it back to LJ. Perfect. 10 seconds left, and he's fouled. So he didn't. Innings in the final minute.
Don Nelson was a huge believer.
7.9 remaining. He drops in the. So only 2 free throws. It's not 3. And he makes it. So overtime on the back night. He will flip it up and in. Nowhere to go at 4. He'll fade, fire, and hit off back. Ray Jones all the way to the rim to lay it up at 4. Draymond's got to launch the 3. That's a big basket. Horford for the lead. Taylor Smith. He made the kick it out. Pat Spencer. Al Horford 3. Buzelis for 3. Warriors dying for a bucket here. Will Richard missing that 3. Giddey through the defense, laying it up and in. Santos for 3. Dribble. Trey Jones going to take a turn to flip it up. Have it in there. Maybe have to make another move as Buzelis gets another open shot. Guy Santos corner 3. In the power position now. Buzelis on a career night. That's Spencer 3. And just not there.
Stop himself there, closing out. Got a hand on him. But give the ball.
Giddey and Buzelis. And tonight will just be one where they had it.